Holy crap. If you haven't done this in a while, it's a real struggle. All right, so get the phone over here. Hello, and it looks like I'm trying to see what I have for a connection. According to YouTube, things are looking pretty good. Let me make sure my speaker is off on my other one here. With any luck, you guys can hear me okay. For some reason, it's reducing the stream to 720p. Well, let me just do some tapping away over here. Hear me okay. Do-do-do. And looks like there's about a 22-second delay. Loud and clear. Oh, I got Danny and Caleb and JDC. Nice. Is the video okay? I've got the, let's see, what have I got going on here? I got the T7i over here, and we got two webcams. And we also have, I tried to reorganize some stuff here. Odd Star Trek. Let's see, so second monitor, you guys can see what I'm seeing. I'm trying to manage everything here with YouTube. We have the other camera here. This is the 922 Pro that we bought with our generous proceeds from the Caleb Powell Foundation of Sarcasm, which was supposed to be an excellent purchase for close-up views and always goes out of focus. So there's that. And then we also have the other camera, which is a little finicky. Let me see if I can make that happen. Let's see, the C615, you're plugged in? Yes, you are. Why aren't you viewing? Because you're stubborn. As we have to go to activate to make it work sometimes, and there it goes. All right, so multiple cameras, so hopefully that as we do this, this will make a little bit of sense. Okay, let me go back over here. Video good too. Okay, that's good to hear, because I'm just looking at all this stuff here and just wondering what went wrong. So, first of all, hello. Haven't been here in a while. Usually my evenings are either doing work, unfortunately, or doing a DCS, flying with my friends. And I had a lot of messages and requests from people saying, whatever happened to the Friday night video chat? Well, got a life, got a girlfriend, and usually I am gone on Friday night. So here I am on a Tuesday night. Okay, so this is, I'm still messing with the settings here. I hope everything is looking good for you guys. So the second monitor here, this is the Creality CR-10S upgrade guide on the Bondtech website. And we're going to be going through a couple of these settings. This fine machine, this is another CR-10S. This makes my third one, and this was it's a fun story. A gentleman in the local area only used it a couple times, was looking to sell it, and was asking a good price. And I only had to drive about an hour to make the deal. And what was funny was when I went over and I met him, his spouse was there, and she had made it clear that he did not have her permission to make this purchase. So that may have expedited its quick departure from the home. But really nice people. It was fun to talk to them. I explained to them that I have a YouTube channel, and that is it's definitely going to be put to work and upgraded and get various projects. So anyway, yes, it's not Friday. Okay, well, looks like the chat's working. Okay, I'm just a little, let's go to the live chat here. Here we go. And, all right. YouTube has changed so many things. Okay. So I can view chat on two different windows. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. So, Don't worry, it's not booze, just water, because it's hot. Okay, so looking at my settings, what do I want to do first now that I got a couple people here and I just wanted to say hello and engage in them? I know what I could do. I could probably do something like this. I should go over and I should hit copy and I should stick this on my Facebook page and say, hey, we're doing a live stream real quick. So let's go over there. And of course, the Facebook page has changed considerably. Come on. Because Facebook changed the interface so that they could make it slower than ever. All right. And there. And it's really weird to be the only one talking. It'd be kind of more fun if I had someone else linked in here sharing the conversation with, because I feel like I'm talking to myself, which I do that enough as it is when I make these videos. Okay, so I'm going to leave the live stream settings alone because I don't want to obsess over that. I really want to start messing with this printer. So a couple of things I'm going to need to do is, one of the first steps is powering this guy up and changing the stepper motor voltage. And let's see if my cord is going to reach under there. It probably won't, so we'll flop it over this way. And I'm sure the cats are going to help me. Boy, I wish I knew how I could roll back to the old Facebook page, because it is just, if anything, due to Facebook's change, I have discouraged myself on being on Facebook more. So there, I guess they did me a favor. So let me back up. So I told you a little bit about the printer, where it came from. This is my third CR-10S. I know I have a problem. I should go to rehab. I have too many printers. Coincidentally, printer number 9 and number 10 are sitting in a box over there. As a matter of fact, I can show you that over here on the second. Molly is over here. We get the fan running here, and Molly is guarding the two printers. The bottom one is a Anycubic Chiron, and that was interesting. Anycubic contacted me after I did a review or a first look at the Everyone Thinker. They said, that's a nice printer, but ours is bigger. And I said, well, okay. And they said, we'd like to get you an Anycubic Chiron to try out. Okay, sure. Problem was, they don't have any stock available. So, long story short, they messaged and said, you know, we have a return that came back. We don't know if they touched it. We don't know what the issue is. But for $100, you can have it. And if there are any issues, we will support you all the way. And I said, $100 for a printer that's 400 by 400 by 450, and you're going to support it with replacement parts? Sure, okay. And the other printer that Molly is on top of is an NEQ. I'm sorry, it's almost identical to this printer right here. This is the Everyone Thinker SE, and they asked me to review and compare the Thinker S. The only difference between that printer and the one I just received is it has a stainless steel bed. Everything else should pretty much be identical. Oh, really? You know, of all the things we're going to do tonight, JDC, what you posted is the most useful. Thank you, thank you. See, this is why I like doing these live streams. It's always fun to catch up with everyone, and the chat buffer usually goes all over the place. But hey, if I can get my Facebook working, I'm going to do that right now. Under the arrow next to questions, see, the only thing I have is when I look at the top, I see dark mode. That is the only thing I see when I look under the arrow. Unless I'm missing something stupid, which is not beyond me. Actually, let me share my Facebook. So that's all I see. I see that. Now, if there's something else I can do, or if my view is different than yours, please let me know. Okay, I'm going to plug this guy in. Under settings, okay, let's look under settings. Well, settings didn't add much for me. Settings gave me news, activity log, more settings. So I'm not seeing it in there. Oh well, I guess I'll have to get back to work. Oh, you have a Mac. Okay, so you're probably seeing something different than we are. Meant to ask, is the microphone too sensitive, too loud, or anything like that? Or because if it needs to be filtered more, I can filter it. I can add that popper. I'm going to move this fan. That fan is probably going to hit that microphone, so I apologize ahead of time. And so let's go back to my... Okay, so here we go. Let's get back to work. Okay, so we're going to have to do the stepper current adjustment on the CR-10S, blah, blah, blah. All right, so this is just telling us pretty much what we already know is we're going to have to open this guy up. Let's go to the other out of focus camera. Mic sounds good. Okay, good to know. Thank you, JDC. Okay. Well, that's a good catch. That's set to 230. So let's get you back to 115. Geez, no wonder the previous owner was having difficulties. That can't be right. Okay, so power tools would be good, but power tools break things quicker. Alright, let's see if I can get that camera in the sweet spot. So yeah, the printer count, I still have to do some work on that TiVo Tornado. I've had that kicking around for a year. The that thing having an AC bed makes me very nervous, and I want to have one of my friends who's very good with electrical stuff double check my work. It looks like the wiring to the bed is okay, and I definitely want to have him test to make sure it's truly grounded, because I have a Bondtech for that as well too. I spoke to the folks at Bondtech and said, look, I got a TiVo Tornado. It's a 24 volt system. I know the direct drive system you make for the CR-10 is 12. Is it possible to get that in 24? And they said, well, we could do that. And I was like, cool. Okay, as I recall, there are bolts on the side. There are. And they're different size. Well, I hope everyone is COVID free. I was looking at these connections. One, oops, I got stuff coming in. The big question is going to be, what version of the Creality board do I have? Oh, that's the washing machine tumbling away. that is not a COVID cough. It could be the cat here flying in my face because the feline in charge is parked directly in front of the fan. But so be it. With her, pretty much where I go, she goes. She's a fun little helper. Okay, so let's get this thing out of here as easily as we can. Let's see, these connectors. Let's give them a quick look. They're all in. Oh, I did a good job crimping these in. Good. A little stringy do of hot glue. Okay, and this is a Creality board version 2.1. Oh, good, because I think I had to mess with a 2.1 with my other, which I wonder if I should wire in that BL Touch now while I have everything open. That would kind of make sense. Alright, so let me go back over here. And let's look at the destructions. Alright, and of course they take the picture from the... Okay, so... So the last one should be E0. Yep. Where's my multi-tester? Alligator clamps would be really handy too. You can do it without the alligator clamps, but it's much easier to do it with it. Okay, locate the potentiometer. Yep, so basically, alright, so we gotta put our, interesting how they have that. Okay, because on this board it goes positive, negative, and their board is different. Okay. Okay, so this is 2.1. Yep. And that's correct. That's exactly what we want right there. Okay, no one's talking, no one's texting, no one's messaging, so I'm assuming all is well and you guys can hear me just fine. Okay, and I just need to remember what they want that voltage to be at. Adjust value to 0.4 to 0.5. In case you wonder where that is, that's right here. Okay, this is the version of the board we have. So let's get back over here so maybe you can see what I'm doing. Swoop. I thought it'd be a good idea to put this on a tripod, but maybe not. Okay, and then I have a small screwdriver, which I'm going to do this. This because it's way easier to get that reading in real time, and I'm going to leave you hanging like that. Because we learned last time that it's no fun when it makes contact with metal. There we go. Alright, and I need to stop saying alright. That's kind of my thing. I was making fun of my dad for him saying just out of curiosity. Alright, let's throw the power switch. lights. Okay, and this is kind of in the way. And let's go to our ground. Okay, you're at 0.73. And I gotta spin this thing around for forever. .53. Come on, give me one more little turn. .51 is really that as low as you're gonna go. All right. Okay, so flatheads is definitely gonna be the way to go. I'm struggling to get that guy to turn any further back. Well, you know what? It's exactly at, okay, I'm at 0.48, so I'm in the right area. Yep. Now I'm at 501. Screw it. 0.49 it is. I'm exactly in the right spot. Okay, let's get this guy out of there. All right, let's put this stuff away. And let's shut you down. Okay, so that step is done. Everybody's quiet. No one's messaging. I better go look at my live stream, see if anyone's talking and it's not coming across. Nope, nobody's talking. Dun, 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 dun. If you're watching and thrilled, say something. Or if not, say something as well too. Okay. Now, one thing I am going to do, only because I'm really curious, and I'm going to go back to my second monitor view. So now that that has been done, yeah, we know all that. We're going to go put it back. But I want to skip ahead to the part about the direct drive BL Touch. Because I am trying to remember if it tells me where that goes on the motherboard. Because while I got this thing all opened up, and I don't see it saying that. But I do recall I thought on their website, no, I don't want the bracket. I already have your bracket. What I'm trying to think of is on their website, they have a file section. And this is what I'm looking for right here. So let's go back to Bondtech 10S. That's printing profiles. Yeah. I'm trying to recall exactly what we used. They had posted at some point a graphic of what pins are used for the BL Touch. And boy, wouldn't I like to avoid going through all that again. Well, that may not That might be a bridge too far. Okay. Well, it was a thought. I'm just trying to think on the previous one where that was. Okay, let me do a quick search because I tend to do a pretty good job of keeping all these documented here. Bondtech CR-10S DDS. That was the hex file. Which... Oh, good. Someone is alive over there. I'm just trying to find the... where I plugged the BL Touch on this thing, and I know I had that at one point. Oh, I'm so close. Let me see if I have it in my correspondence with Bondtech. Because if I do this, this is going to save me a ton of time. Oops, here we go. Oops. Not used to the keyboard on this laptop, sorry. Oops. I hit something that made me beep. Sorry. Okay, let me do a search query on that one. And I thought I had a... I think I had been working with Joel. Yes. Oh, I'm so close. Sorry guys, I'm just doing a quick found the firmware. Did you see one go by? Wouldn't surprise me. Okay, so this, I know I've seen this. Steppers, there we go. No, I'm drawing a blank. You know, it's interesting because I think, you know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to look at my own video and scroll through. Duh. See how useful my stuff is. All right, so let's go back to make sure the sound is off. It is. Okay, I had done all that. I thought I had a graphic that showed what to do. I'm pretty sure I shared that out. Ah. So, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but that could come off. Good. All right, BL Touch, where are you? I'm going out of order a little bit, but I'm trying to save myself the heartache of having to change a ton of crap out later. This falls under the guise of plan ahead. Okay, that's the extension set. Yeah, if you're wondering when you order a BL Touch, boy, I would always get the 1 meter extension cable. Just save yourself a world of hassle and do that. Okay, I'll make sure I got the plug in. Good. And then I have to come in on the other side of the wiring harness. Can make that happen. Okay, we are in there. Okay, so the reason for this is I just want to try to save myself a little bit of heartache. So in this wiring diagram that I have here, probably the best thing I can suggest is if you're looking at it, always try to orientate it to the way you're looking at it inside the computer. Okay, good. File, save. Let's put in documents. Sure. Shut that down. Okay, that's. So let's get rid of this guy. Okay, under documents, here's our capture. And the way we're looking at this thing is it's completely upside down. So we're going to go that way. All right. It's warm down here. I'm sticking everything. All right, look inside the board here. Let's make sure that is the Z I'm about ready to remove. It is. Goodbye, Z. All right, we'll leave you strung up over there. I'm afraid this is going to be one of those situations I'm going to have to hug a little. Ah, that's great. And that would be a Molly and a hairball in HD sound. Okay, so we want to have the white on top. We will have the white on top and click you in there. Very good. Alright. The joys of cats. They come downstairs, say hello, and elf everywhere. Alright, and then, let's see, on the second row we want to have, of course, this is showing, dun, 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 that's all wrong, but that's fine. Let me look at the, so the top one is actually brown and not blue. Oh, do I have to repin this too? What a drag. Yeah, I do. Well, that kind of sucks. The page is upside down because I wanted to orient it to the view of the board that I have, the way I'm looking at it right now, because that's what I'm looking at. So when it comes to verifying the wiring, I like to make sure what I'm looking at matches what I'm looking at. So it looks like I gotta do some stupid pinouts. I honestly don't remember doing these pinout changes. Or did I?
I just ran the BL Touch extension wires. I just have to find where in the board. I think it's right over here, but I'm going to refer to their diagram real quick, and then that will be done.
What a striking voice.
Okay. That's fun to get in there. So far, it looks like on GitHub, they've altered their documentation to reflect that new part. The stepper motor.
Yeah.
And doing it themselves. What I wanted to...
Okay. I'll have to review my notes. I don't want to go through this tonight. So fine. The cables are run. I can get back in there. That is... the terrible part about getting old is when you don't remember. The... Is there an echo? Yeah, it's because I was playing sound. Did the echo stop? Oh, the whole gang is here now. Has the echo ceased? It probably would have. Probably did that echo when I was playing the video. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go back over here. That so it's not banging into my elbow. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I thought it would be a really good idea to, hey, while I have this open, let's run these wires, but sometimes the best plans. It's interesting how that diagram. So, I mean, I can do it easy enough. I just really, really hate undoing these guys. Yeah, Yeah, so negative. Let me just look at the other end of the connector here. So it looks like the far left. I just got to swap 2 out, which is fairly painless to do with these connectors, but just never a lot of fun. Okay, so my top guy is brown. I really need some sharper. Well, you look pretty sharp. Nope. That looks even sharper than the other one I'm playing with. All right, even with all these lights. All right, so it looks like oh, come on, go back. I wonder. I'm looking at that photo again, and I'm trying to. Oh, we don't need that. There we go. So I'm using D11, right? Yeah, D11. Okay, so what's going on is the middle guy is going on this outside, and this guy is going this way. And that's for Creality 2.1. Okay. Oh, the fun part of doing this is trying to do this without breaking any pins. Alright, so yellow is okay. The other two I gotta swap around. Okay, push you guys in. Lift you up. Oh, I hate messing with these connectors. Especially on a live stream when everyone realizes how awesome my vision is. Maybe the tweezer is my friend. Oh, I really wish I had those magic wire holders or whatever that would help me get under this thing a little bit easier. Oh, you know what might help? Okay. Okay, just me bringing sexy back here. This is what happens when you get old. Okay. Peel these wires apart so I can actually separate them. Okay, that's what I wanted right there. There's one. shoe in there. Oops. Okay. So, getting my chapeau and my other glasses back on. So now, when I go to plug this dude in, let's flip that view around again. Okay, maybe if I don't click it 8 times. Alright, so my connector looking to BL touch. That top wire, which is brown, is now blue. I put the wrong ones around. Yeah, small flathead screwdriver definitely is for the win. Okay, so the top, which was blue, is now brown. Did I move the wrong 2 wires? That would be kind of funny. So brown, which is the top, should be the middle. Need a better screwdriver. Oh, almost had it out of there. Okay. Brown is out. Brown is on top on this guy. It needs to be the middle, okay? Red needs to be on the other side. Jeepers creepers. I honestly don't remember having to mess with wires this much at the last build. Okay. So top wire. Okay, so now brown is in the middle. Stay in there, you wretched thing. Good. Okay. Trying to wrap my mind around this here, and I'm just not loving it. All right, and so my top brown is gonna go in the middle. My middle I wish they used the right colors. That would make life so much easier on this thing. That's where I'm getting my head stumped. So top brown is going to go in the middle, on the middle of the plug. Got it? Okay, the next one is red. Red is going to go on the other side. So I have to swap red and yellow now. Great. none of these connectors want to stain very well. I think I'm starting to understand why BL Touch includes extras. I think I've chewed mine up all the hell. Alright, all the connectors are out. So, brown. Has to go in the middle on the connection, okay. Got it. Okay, the next one down, which is represented in red, which is actually correct, is going to go, let's see, so when I put this dude in, and then alright, oops, I meant to kick over that other camera. Sorry. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone through and I'm trying to make sure I get the... Got it. And... Okay, so red, brown, yeah. And the real test of this, of course I don't have any firmware set up for this dude yet, but what I can do is plug this dude in and there it goes. Beat bang, what's going on? Nope, hang on. Oh God, you got me on the big screen. I love getting messages from my friends. Okay, so let me okay, so when I powered the guy on, the BL Touch test twice and is blinking. I'm assuming it's blinking because I don't have the right firmware set up for that all, but that's okay. As long as I'm happy with my wiring, I am not going to fret that too much. Okay, so that little detour cost me about 45 minutes. Crap. Okay, so I apologize for that little wild detour into the woods here, but I really only want to have this thing open just once. And from all the fooling around I was doing in there, I don't think I got my wish, but there we go. I got that cable out. Okay, next steps. Let me open up the other camera. Oh, that seems like a cat. Let me get back over here. Let's see if this works better, this angle. All right, so everything is set to go back inside. I don't see any huge issues in here. And I'm going to unplug this. I'll have to make a mental note to myself to. There we go. Put you in correctly here. Try to line everybody up. Are you sitting on that little button there? Yeah. Okay. So your voltage reading is lining up. Good. Good. Where did I plug that into? Are you talking the BL Touch on the board? Remember, Todd, hello. If you haven't been on in a while, let me show you something very important on the second monitor, and I'll actually zoom this a little bit more. This is the, come on. Windows, you really make life hard sometimes. So what I've done is I took a screenshot of this and I flipped it, because when you open the case, this is the front and this is what you're going to see. So that's why I've changed this. So you plug that in right in here, just like what they're showing here. They're taking these serial ports and they're describing them here. So it's going to go in that row right here. Now here's the catch. And the wiring, you know, maybe if I do this as a I can do something here real quick. Let's there we go. Maybe draw. Well, let me draw on this thing. Yes. And then, oh, very good. I got colors. Okay, so I need brown, and so the top, okay, of this thing is going to be brown. And then you got red. And then you have the orange, yellow. And then over here you have the black and the white, which are going to go, and this is your ZN stop right in here. I know I got like a 30-second delay here, so if none of this is making sense, please let me know. So one of the tricks you're going to have to do is on the connector, this is what it looks like. But these guys have to transition to these pinouts. Okay? So what you're going to wind up doing is you're going to wind up taking this brown wire, and you're going to have to take the wires out of the connector and put brown in the middle. Okay? And then this red guy, okay, you're going to have to put that on the outside, and the signal, which is orange/yellow, will have to go on the other side. So you basically have to move all those pins. And again, I'm just saying this right now, I believe that's how I did it. Based on this diagram and the fact that I referred to it earlier, this must be right. This firmware doesn't have anything with the BL Touch enabled, so that's probably why I'm getting the blink and everything else. So I hope that makes sense, because this is why I had my slow moment for the last 45 minutes here, trying to figure out, okay, you know, they use this wiring diagram, but it's not quite the best. Oh, sure. All right, so there it is. So there's a bigger version of how that works. So basically, this is what's needed to get that to pin out correctly. I hope that makes sense. And we'll find out further along during this install if I've done that correctly. I think I have, but that's what makes this channel so interesting, when Paul blows stuff up. And so let's get this power supply back together, because the next fun part is getting rid of stuff. Todd, did that make sense to you? Does that jive, or is this going to be a part of the video you replay? Because that's where I was stuck too. It seems like every one of these boards is different with the BL Touch. Blue smoke. Blue smoke is expensive smoke. We've all been there. as always, make sure your power is set to 115V if you are here in the United States. All right, and okay, good. One line answer. All right, good. And I'll do my hopeless pedal. If you guys like the channel and you like what I'm doing, feel free to make sure you, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. And if you want to hit the tip jar, I would not be the least bit offended if you hit that. There we go. That's that snap I was waiting for. Okay, so we're just buttoning everything back up. We're going to wind up getting rid of one of these connectors, but for right now, we are going to follow the instructions. Another thing I thought about doing was replacing the motherboard with one from TH3D. I thought maybe, hey, while we're doing all this, let's go with quieter drivers and all that, but I think for right now, let's just go with getting this thing installed, and further upgrades can be done later. Ooh, that's a nice sound. Pink smoke if it's a girl. Oh yeah, I didn't mean to put anyone on the spot, but yeah, Caleb, what's going on there? Hey, you know what? Something looks funny. Can any of you guys spot what looks different? And honest, I have not had any beverages, but I bet these indentations are probably the feet, and they should probably go on top. The only thing with the TH3D is I know it's 32-bit. There we go. That lines up with the exhaust vent now. I think it's, is it called the Easy Light or something like that? It's not terribly expensive, has quiet drivers. I haven't done anything with Marlin 2.0. The Area one has 2208 drivers. It runs very, very quiet. The only two squawks I have with that printer are, there are no eccentric nuts, so you can't adjust, you know, your V-slot wheels where it aligns, which is important because over time those wheels do wear and you have to, you know, tighten them up. And the way that they put the printer together, they did something wonky with the lead screws. It seems like there's, after you do a print, one always winds up at one side a little higher than the other. So basically all you got to do is loosen everything up and tighten it back up while the gantry is supported, but it's just kind of weird. "14 weeks along." Wow. Well, congratulations, guys. That's exciting. I just want to know if you're going to name them AmRam or Sidewinder. Alright, so there is my BL Touch. We'll leave that dangling over there. Okay, this guy's back together. Let's get back to the directions, and this shows everything we just did. For those just tuning in, what we've done is we went through the steps and we changed the extruder voltage. We made it 0.49. It was saying between 0.4 and 0.50, and that happens to be where it landed. What's nice is they show different boards. This is version 2. This is version 2.1, which is what I have. Version 2.2. 2.4. So they do a good job of supporting all the various boards that are out there. So we'll scroll to the top. Okay, and yeah, this is just the unboxing. And this is going to show you all the fun stuff that is in this kit. So let's do that. Try not to make too much of a mess. A little congratulation card. Congratulations, you spent $260 on a direct drive E3D V6 combination. I have it on the other CR10. That's a CR-10S. I did upgrade that to a CR-10S. Am I gonna go crazy trying to get that sticker off? Can do that later. Fun note is when they watched my video, they had used styrofoam, and I had noticed that when I took this out of the box, I had to blow and get all the foam out everywhere. So they changed their packing to a non-styrofoam, and that is what you're seeing now. So as a result of my video, they made a small change. So how cool is that? This thing is really, really impressive. I know there are cheaper ways to go, but this thing is such a nice piece of hardware. This is looks like it's SLA. Yeah, it's definitely a nice 3D printed part. The E3D V6 is in there and all pre-installed. We have a part cooling fan all set to go. On the back here, what they've done is they've got this set up with connectors. So these right here, if we need to replace the cartridge in the future, we can. I want to look at the buffer real quick, or the chat rather. Todd, yeah, the FT6 has been working pretty well. The only issue I keep having is intermittent noise, electrical noise, when the BL Touch is doing its probe. Oh wow, they changed out this cable. This is a much nicer cable. I'm working with Trevor Schultz. He's really big into the Duet Wi-Fi and SKR stuff, so we're going to pull the MKS board out of my FT6, and we're basically going to use RepRap firmware, and there is a adapter board that plugs into the SKR 1.4 Turbo, and I'll be able to use RepRap. I'll be able to have the same interface the Duet Wi-Fi has using SKR board. It's something that they've been developing, and he wants me to try out, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, and the other part that's in here is the filament detection. I'll say I was not a fan of filament out sensors, but it has come in handy a couple times. So far, I haven't been bit with a false positive. Okay, yeah, I got everything out of here. Good. All right, there's another box to the pile here. So we have all the hardware here. I'm not going to dump all this stuff out here quite yet. What's interesting here is a ball bearing. So basically they have upgraded the, this is the one that comes with the Creality CR10, and they have an enhanced one. So I think part of the install, as I recall, is I have to, we will have to open this up and I think steal the electronics in this guy, the stock one, put it in the new one. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. And this might be something I finish up tomorrow night. I'm not going to pull up an all-nighter on this guy. So let's go back to the second monitor. Okay, this is just telling us what we got. Due to changes in the CR-10S posterior, oh, so they made some changes to how this mounts. Okay, that's good. Okay, due to changes in the CR-10S posterior. Oh, so they have, okay, well, we don't know if we're going to need the new housing or not. I'm saving the earth one sponsor at a time. All right. Here we go. So we did I don't know why they called step 100. I felt like I had gotten more done than that, but so be it. All right, so let's get the other camera aimed where it should be aimed. I think that's working. It is. I could probably use a little bit more light, but let's get rid of the glasses. All right, let's get think the camera's having a tough time contrasting between a very bright surface and I got a light over here on the other side. Well, maybe if I kill the other light, it'll help. And oh, actually, that did make a little bit of difference. Okay, very cool. So we have to basically, we're talking about stripping down your Creality CR-10S. Unload any material in the extruder. We don't have to do that because the extruder is empty. Disconnect odd end cable. Well, I got news for you. We're good there. Unplug the PTFE2. Yep, that's a push fitting. We've got that out. The filament sensor is not attached. It's lying here. Remove pressure level. I'm assuming they're talking about basically just dismantling the entire... Yeah, that whole thing's gotta go. What's cool here with these directions, I don't know if you guys are knowing. No, boy. My English is awesome tonight. Sorry, you guys are catching me at my finest. So, what's nice is they show these little videos here that let you know exactly what you gotta do. So basically, we're gonna remove everything off of there. It's gonna be gone. So I think it's probably gonna be a world easier for me trying to record this and film it. Have that flipped over. I'm sorry, there was flunking and struggles and you missed it. Ta-da! Alright, so, thanks to the magic of television, I have flipped this around. Let's see, I had Allen wrenches laying on the ground here. And oh, look at all the cat hair in the back of this thing. Gosh darn it, guys. It's a problem when you have a little house. Cat hair everywhere. And her sitting on the chair in front of the fan certainly didn't help me out. Okay. That junk is gone. Let's do the other side real quick. I would love to have an addition to my house that just has my little lab area with all my printers, no pets. That would be pretty awesome. Okay, Karen might have a smudge. Well, let's fix that. There. Okay, back at this. Just waiting for the spring to go shooting. It's a fiddly angle to get at this. Nope, not the right size. So the reason we have to do this is... What? What? I got a new subscriber? Cool. Thank you, thank you. One flying pork for the whole group. I forgot those animations worked because no one's given me any money. Alright, and let's get this guy out of here. Holy crap, that's on there good. Let's get the other one out. Oh, my goodness, that is in there. To quote Outlander, Jesus H. Roosevelt Christ, that thing is... Oh, there's an email from my... I was waiting for him, good. I don't know who torqued that on there, but that's impressive how tight that's on there. I really don't want to strip that thing. Oh my god, I mean these, I don't know if I have the worst tools ever, but those guys are in there super well. Yep. Oh my god. I want to use power tools, but I don't want to break anything. Where's my wrench kit? Let's try my better stuff. It's amazing how these upgrades, when you record them, go super smooth, but do this on a live stream and it's a comedy of errors. Well, who? Oh, there's one. Holy cow. That was a good snap. Okay. One out. The other, see that one was a socket one. That's good. This one, I'm afraid I'm going to strip this if I... They must be using an impactor or something to put those guys on, because that is not wanting to come free. Okay. I'll play. And yeah, I'm trying not to strip the ball. I mean, the beautiful thing is, I mean, I will never use that location ever again. However, I'd rather not destroy anything. Let's see, the bits I want to use, maybe the smaller ones. Let's get the ones that Jeffrey gave me. That's the FAA examiner emailing me back. That's good. That's good news. Let's see. Let's go with the steel ones. Oh, I got some movement out of it. I don't understand why they put them in that tight. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I hope you're not stripped. Why Creality? Why would you put it in that tight? Trying to find my tools that have a longer arm on them. All these printers have got all these toolkits. Really pisses me off that that's going to wind up be stripped like that. Oh boy, boy, boy. The Chinese bite again with their quality control. Pulling out the big tools now. I don't think any of these are small enough to get in there. This guy might. Nope. Let's see. No, I don't think those are going to work. The other set that I have to think I'm ready for anything when I do these videos, but my word, sometimes. Let's see. Mr. Big. Looking at my Torx bits here to see which one would be the right fit. So what we're doing, okay, that's the right size. We're going through, I want to use one of the power tools here, but I don't think I have quite the right, yeah, that's not going to fit an M3. I got a bunch of Torx bits here. Here's your bag. Why I'm not crazy when these guys do stuff like this. Oh, did I actually get you to budge a little bit? hamstring here on my hand trying to turn that. Well, at least I have the right tool. The problem is when it's moving, I don't feel like it's really moving. Sucks. Well, I'm trying not to use the ball ends. I've had in the past where those break, so I'm trying to avoid that. Well, as a last resort, these guys, I really try not to use these very often. Because it's not an exact fit to an M3. Just rolling around in there. Well, damn it. Of all the things to be bogged down by, BL touch wiring and over-torqued M3 screws. Creality CR-10. Huh. Wow, this might be a short episode. Well, I got a WD-40. The problem is not, it's just the, I don't think WD-40 is going to do anything for an over-torqued bolt. The only thing I can do is just saw the thing off or just leave it on there, but I just hate to have that extra weight on the gantry for no reason. What a pisser. Let's move some crap and get this dude a little closer to me. I'm just sitting there, I'm getting metal bits. Why, Creality? Why? Why? So dumb. Yeah. The ball is just spinning around in there. It's spinning in this one too. I just don't understand why they do what they do. Well, this might be a short wrap up to our video tonight because well, we can do a soldering gun or anything. Problem is, I don't think that's gonna budge one way or the other. I just don't understand for the life of me why they would have come on. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Exactly what I was thinking. The Dremel cutoff wheel might be just the perfect thing here to get the cut the plastic and get everything else off of here. What a friggin' mess. Because I don't think a soldering iron is going to make a whole bunch of difference on that. Let's keep you away from the belts. Isn't it great when everything goes right? Son of a... So the soldering iron is heating up. We'll see what that does. I really would rather not have to cut that thing off with a Dremel, because my Dremel's not cordless, so getting that in here is going to suck. So what are you guys up to? Oh, I wish. It's just water. As you can see, the beer container is empty. Well, I guess I can take a peek at all these things that came through here. That's great. Good one, Caleb. Thank you. And nice. Nice picture I just got of the SKR. Yeah, you know, the helping hand things are sweet. I gotta tell you. Yeah, there's a couple ways. Yeah, I thought about that too. Cutting a line in there with the Dremel. It's another good idea. Oh, should I answer that? Alright, well this is heating up. Let me shoot that real quick. what temperature yet? I'm not going to put my tongue on that thing to find out. Let's see. And actual size. All right, that's there. Oh, that looks pretty cool. So, I know. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm caught up on that. All right. So let's see what happens when, as my phone just keeps on beeping away. All right. So let's, as I probably am putting solder inside this thing. So roughly, how long should I put that on there? Everything happens at once over here. Alright, so I've got the soldering iron on this guy. It'll be nice if this is the fix. It'd be really cool. Alright, well it definitely smells pretty warm. Alright, let me take that off of there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, first of all, look at that. Oh, sorry. You guys are on the right camera. So it actually came up. And I smelled it, but... Hey, Robert. My phone's being wonky. Here we go. Okay, so that's one. Let's see. Let's put heat on that one. That soldering iron is pretty freaking warm. So what's neat is once it was heated, I was able to get that off of there just using the Torx head screwdriver rather than the Allen wrench. So let's see what this does. I've never used a soldering iron like this. So let's see what happens. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's try not to burn myself. Put that away. We let that thing get that. Oh, look at that. And now that effing thing is out. Yay! Good job! Way to go, team. Okay, so we got that wretched thing out. Let's get those out without burning ourselves. Let's turn this off. Oh, the motor's warm too. Good job. ABS fumes, right? I don't know. Let's see. And yes. So that goes in the junk pile, or as I call it, freebies for somebody. Yay. Alright, that's going to take a little bit to cool off. So if we look at the second monitor, here we are. We have finished removing that. Now the fun part, getting rid of all this crap. Nice. Oh boy. You know, in the future when I do these live streams, I really should have a frosty, foamy beverage and not a tank of water. Little mental note for the crew. Okay, let's see. Let's unplug the weller. All right, so with the soldering iron tip, I can't remember who suggested it, but thank you. Now, that's the heated bed cable. Well, I got stuff everywhere. Well, I have yet another spare stepper motor. Let's get this guy turned around again. Hopefully I won't hit any cameras. Alright, let's get the other one over there. Which one's going to have the better angle? This guy or this guy? Oh, this guy for sure. Okay, so here we go. Is this touching the bed? No. Wanted to make sure I had enough room. So we are able to remove this. Okay. See how easy these guys come free. Oh, good. Wow, this is a largely untouched stock hot end. Yeah, it's everything's in there. So, just gonna throw that into the mystery stack of stuff, I guess. All right, so I guess I'll put this in the heap. I got some M3 hardware here. And I got this bit set from Jeffrey that worked out really well for us. Alright, finally making a little bit of progress here despite a few hurdles. Alright, so we have completed this step. And we have a Gen 2 installation. And this is the 25-minute step, huh? Well, we've kind of done all this before. So this is telling us that we have to remove, I seem to recall that was the case, you got to remove the motor off the back. And there is a little cable back here. Here that requires a little finesse, but can be done. So that cable has been disconnected. Okay, next part is so those 3 screws are going to remove all that. It's nice that they have these directions all so well laid out. They included their own tools in here, so actually I think I've been using their tools from the last time I did this. Last time I did one of these live streams, I had music playing in the background, and then I got a YouTube complaint because the copyright holder for the music which happened to be Disney. I think I had Tron playing in the background or something, Tron Legacy. Actually, it was Daft Punk. And they were like, yep, you gotta take that video down. So I was like, okay, sure. I won't fight the mouse. Okay, motor's out. Mental note, that stays on the outside. And I don't remember if we want to keep those screws in there or not. I think they just remembered. Yep, they just pulled the motor. Okay, then we open the front housing. And I believe there's 2 more screws we have to get at, these 2 front guys. Let me just double check. So we're going to push those top guys out. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Okay, top. Oh, don't you roll around. Cool. And then we got to pop up these other 2 here. The nice thing is these are all roughly the same. Yeah, okay, yep. We gotcha. So they're all the same size screw, so you don't have to worry about who goes where. Last time I did this, the entire E3D V6 came out with it, which was not my favorite thing. I think you have a few more twists left in you. Ta-da! There it is. They do such a nice job that it's such a nice product. Okay, so here is the E3D V6. And we are going to have to... This printer has so much cat hair on it. Jeez. Okay. It's a nice looking setup. Now this part, last time, this next step kind of messed me up. These are, there's one M3 by 10 and there's one 2.5. And I had to play this over and over again to catch which one goes where. He kind of holds it in his hand. And it's that little tiny guy right there. And he does a close-up here. That one goes pretty far in. So if you're ever doing this setup, so M3/10 is in the left hole. Okay. Where is my bag of hardware? Right here. Okay, this is my V6 block stuff. I don't need that one. And that's my duct. This is where you find out how good you know the metric system. Okay, so this is our 2.5 guy down here. That's the M3 by 10, I believe. And what I'm going to do to verify, I have a little, throw that hardware back in there. Because one looks like an 8, one looks like a 10. And I got a washer in here too. So let me grab my guide. Well, what I got is, this is something I use for the FT6, the FT5 rather. So what happens is that they ship you all the individual pieces. So this is an 8 because he fits flush here, so we won't be using that guy. Because they send you the entire bag of hardware separately. So what's nice is with this guy, I can just push it in and say, yep, that's a 10. And I know these small dudes are the smallest one in the bag, so we're only going to be using one of them at this step. All right, and the fun thing is this is all nice and bulky. So the place the M3 by 10 in the left hole. What's happening here is they're trying to without kicking the camera, I'm trying to get everybody okay, so you're trying to get that aligned. Now what's going on here in this leftmost hole, if I recall correctly from the video. Oops. There's the 10, and we have to place 1 2.5. Okay, no, we're just putting one screw in at a time. Okay, that's what this step is showing right here. So we're using a 2.5 millimeter hex key, and we're using a 1 M3 by 10. Okay, here we go. Now, for our next step, 2 M3 by 6 countersunk screw, 2 washers. Okay, this is a neat step that screws up a lot of people, including me, in the past. So what's going on here is you got to get behind the hot end. And that's what attaches, and you got one little washer there, and that's what attaches it to the gantry. No, I don't have an organizer set up. Not at least not for this particular one. Okay, so that gives us the gist of what we got to do. So the fun part, lower this down a little bit here, so you guys are at that right level, and I might be able to get the camera a little closer here. Here we go. Okay, so we gotta pop this guy out. And all right, washer. hope the video is coming in okay. Alright. Just gonna put him in lightly till I get the other guy in. Okay, as they say, don't tighten much. I'm just gonna go, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so there's that part. Now let's roll on to the next step here, because the fun part is trying to get the hot end back in there, good and flush, and yeah, you'll see in a minute. So what we're gonna do is let's go to their instruction here, and they're just talking about they just want to make sure it's square, and then they're going to tighten it up. So we will do the same thing. You're in there pretty rigid, so what I'm going to do is make sure you get a tighter, and the other one good. So that is in there, good and stiff. Now we're going to go to the second monitor here, and we're going to check that the ball bearing is still attached to the main shaft, and we do have, let me move you up a little bit, we do still have the ball bearing in there, so we are good in that regard. And then it tells you to go, if you can't find it, make sure it's not sitting on the shaft. And then we have all the fun of reattaching the housing. And everything's just gonna, those guys are still sitting in there. We'll tighten those guys up. And the nice thing is this snapped in together very nicely. I struggled the last time on my previous build. So what I can do is what's neat is this is threading into the SLA material. Okay. Okay, those dudes are in. Then let's go back to here. All right, little refresher. So this is going to be the 3 screws. Oh no, we have. What are we attaching down here at the bottom? Oh, that's right. Okay, so these are the 2 halves of this. Okay, I'm trying to. All right, so that's going to be more hardware that is in the bag. I was drawing a blank when I saw that. I was like, where do those other screws go? Because I got these guys that attach to the motor. And then I got the other ones that attach to fan duct. That's fun to attach. Okay, that's one guy. Where's the other dude? Oh, you're going in here. I believe I saw that, correct? Yeah. Okay, and 12 viewers. Good evening, guys. If you're not a regular viewer, my name is Paul. This is my channel, where nerdy is cool. And we are taking this relatively new Creality CR-10S. I've made changes to the board for the extruder voltage, and we're kind of following along with the instructions from Bondtech. Things are going pretty well, and we're just getting this new direct drive setup together. All right, that step is done. I think the next step is the fan shroud, as I recall. Let's scroll and look. Yes. Now this is not a ton of fun. Let me watch their video here and kind of remind myself, because I remember you put that on the bottom. And I got a little packet of gunk in here. Yes. The fun part is the attachment of the fan, which is the next step. Okay. A thought in my name with Joel. I don't have that kind of fame. Okay, as I recall, that lays in right on top. Let me just double check, because that's going to go. Yep. And these are my M8s. This is why having that little gauge is pretty stinking handy to verify what is M3 and what is M8. Nice to see you, Brian. I was trying to think the last time I did one of these live streams, and it's been a very, very, very long time. Okay, so let me get you back on the proper view here. We're putting that duct on there. No, this will lay flat. It can flop around just the way it is. We've been following their directions to the T, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It worked last time. Nope, don't cross thread, you little bugger. There you go. Yeah, I've had a really good time with my the other direct drive on the other CR-10S. It's been one of my better printers. The only thing I find, I love my Ultimaker. The thing that I still chuckle about with these 1.75mm printers is that if you don't use the printer for a week or two, you'll come back and the material has snapped off. I get that a lot with the FT6 because that material is under a lot of tension being pulled across that enormous bed. All right, that duct is on there. I'll tell you, this upgrade, the one thing I was considering doing was the DDX and the Slice Mosquito. But you know, you're looking at a pretty pricey upgrade, and if you're going to be doing really, really, thicker layers, this, I could swap that out to a Volcano if I wanted to. They have a different duct and they have a different BL touch mount if I decided to go that way. But I didn't see the advantage of going to Slice yet. Let's go back to the instructions now that the duct is in. And now the fun part is getting that fan in. And there's a little bit of a wiggle, and there's a little bit of, on the side here, and we'll get to that in the next step. It's a little bit of fun. What's nice is they've built into it where you can tuck the wire around. You can see the little groove over here actually. But well, you know what? This one might even fit better than my first try. Fine, make a liar out of me. Okay, well, pretty much finishes off all of our tools. These are 20. Those are 20. Let's double check. 20. Are you flush? No, you're 18s. They gave me 18s. You know, I think I mentioned that to them too when I put the last kit together. There's my furnace. So what's a little tough here is you gotta I'm just looking at this, since they gave me 18s, 18 doesn't fit all the way. Do I have 20s? They short me a screw. That's a 20. Okay, well. So what's this? Oh, this is a 16. Maybe that's for something else. Is there any more hardware in here? Come on, it's got to be something. Nope, that's a 22. All right, stuck at the bottom of the bag. Yeah, well, it was in the 90s today, but the furnace runs for hot water. Come on, Paul. I know it's been a long time. Oh, great. That's under the bed. It's been a long day. Okay, so what I want to do is there's a little tiny hole right here which indicates where that's going to thread in. Good, good. I'll get him started a bunch of turns here. And the other guy here, there's a little brass insert that I got in there. Yep, that's starting to bite. Good, good. That doesn't have to go very far. You have a few twists left here. Let's see. Voila! How's that look? Yeah, me and my super loud furnace. Okay. I didn't wind up needing those. Just like the cat walked by and rubbed her chin on my chair, which happens to be the valve, which is why I'm now sitting 4 inches lower to the ground. All right, let's go over here. And then the fun part. So that's what the M3 by 16 are. It's for the fans. Okay. Yeah, speaking of M3 by 16, where did you go? There's one of you. That's the knob, huh? 2 and 3 by 16. Yeah, let's see. Oh, there it is, right behind there. Okay, this you're not going to be able to see too well. Well, actually, I take that back. There's another camera. Let's do the 922. So in the fan, there's that guy. Trying to push this and it keeps on sliding down the gantry. Alright, so you're getting the amazing view of my hands probably. There. So where is everybody from? I'm trying to recall where Brian and Todd and Robert and I know Caleb is in the Tampa area. I've met Caleb and his wife in real life. Why is it not seeing? There, roll to the end, will ya? Finally, starting to bite and thread. Sorry for the amazing angle here. Oh my goodness, it's about 11:30. I got a pretty full roster of meetings tomorrow morning too. Plus I have a new series I want to check out. And then I think pretty much our next step is going to be getting that motor back in there and plugging that connector back in. Wow, that 922 can do a pretty nice shot every now and then. We're in California, Todd. Okay, that's been done. Alright, then we have to make sure that we align that properly. Put the connector. Texas. I like Texas. What surprises me about Texas is how brown it is. Let's see. So for the next step, I gotta get this guy behind here. Not too on the back side of the printer. There's no easy way to do this. Well, they don't make it very easy to get that in there and connected. There we go. Alright. The motor is in. Well, I am in the Grand Ole, just outside of Bangor, Orrington, Maine. If you guys want to program your cruise missile, that ain't gonna work. That's where I am, right across the river from Bangor. People are always surprised at the hot, humid temperatures we get up here during the summer, but we do. We had a fun morning. We had 4 Israeli F-15s lift off with their KC-135. I want to say that was around 9 o'clock. Our airport is, well, if you're coming from Europe, this is one of the first big runways, air bases you can reach. Or if you're going to the European theater or what have you, this is the last stop. So we typically get a lot of pass-through military aircraft either heading to or from Red Flag over by Las Vegas for the war games. So in Bangor, we've been a bomber base. We had B-52s, and but what we liked best was we were a fighter base for a long time. And then we lost our fighters and got KC-135s back in the late 70s. But once a fighter town, always a fighter town. So we thoroughly enjoy having the jet noise. And our population seems to enjoy it. A lot of communities bitch, moan, complain about the jet noise, but up over here, we really enjoy it. All right, that's looking pretty good right there. And let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Oh, did I skip a step? Yeah, plug the connector. Hold the stepper motor in place. Okay, rotate the back main gear. Mine's not rotating. Okay, rotate the back main gear, see if it rotates smoothly. So I'm gonna have to loosen you up. Now we're turning. I think I had that arm in the way when I was putting the motor in, which prevented the proper alignment. Yeah, you're moving really well. Yahoo! Okay, pretty sure the next step is going to be the wiring maintenance or the wire routing. Yep, they're just talking about. Oh, that's why. Okay, they have sound on this one. You said the other ones didn't have sound. Oh, that's the cat stomping around up there. Yeah, I recall this was a lot of fun too. Yo, somebody, oh my goodness, you're sitting on top of a super volcano. I'm sure you hear that a lot. So what we gotta do is we gotta get all these cables. That's kind of fun to get at if the camera's sitting right where it is. Let's get rid of that. Well, the nice thing is this is a pretty good sized printer to get at stuff. If I can get one side in, then the rest will go. There you go. And bit of a close-up of how that all kind of tucks in there. The wires dangling in the back, but I think they have a solution to that. And let's go to the next step. Thumb screw. Easy peasy. And you're in now. It's an interesting snap. Yeah. So what I found with these is just like what the instructions say. I was a little surprised by this. What they say in here is fully tighten the thumb screw, then release it at about 2 full turns for hard filaments, 3 turns for soft. So I've always wound up all the way in there. Let me go back to what I'm doing here. And then 1, 2, 3. I wound up putting like a little, I want to say I took a little white marker or something that I happen to have. And that's worked out really well. So the one of the fun things that we're going to be doing, and I'm just trying to remember how this mount all works. So you're looking at the side here, and what they've done is they've prefabbed this so that you can, they already provide you with the STL, and this is going to be what our BL Touch is going to bolt and attach to. That's already been configured. We'll still have to do the, like the 3D Maker Noob has a really good Z offset video. I really like that one. I've got it bookmarked. But yeah, the thumb screws in. The, let's get this buttoned up here for the night here. The PTFE tube. And that's easy peasy. I mean, I have Capricorn I could probably use. That would probably work as well too. But for poops and grins, I've just been using their stuff because they included it. And they also include a bunch of these. Let me give you a full screen of that again. Let me back this up here. So they include these cool little clips once you get that guy jammed in there. Doesn't go in very far. So we get 2 of those. And I find that these things love to pop off. You know, what looks good during an install versus in real life frequently is very different. So let's get this guy spun around. Boy, the other printer we have to take out of the box here is 100mm bigger. So it's going to be fun to see how that all goes. So just for, this doesn't have to be any kind of forever thing here, but just for now, I'll just connect both of you guys here. This cable is eventually going to go on the back anyway. Do I want that on the back or the front? It's probably on the front. Gotta look at my other printer and figure out what I have set up over there. Let's go with the other guy over here. Hey Theodore, what's up? So yeah. Oops. Probably not a great angle. And there it is, and of course in the background I got the video playing. Hey, nice seeing you too. Have a good night. Okay, then, geez, we're almost at the end of it here with the filament housing. But I think what I'm gonna do, it's 11:38, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop here, because that's a good spot to resume right there. A couple of things to point out. So essentially what we have left to do is plug this guy into the back of the box. We got to do the filament out sensor. We have a connector there as well. Looking at our next steps, I'm pretty sure next one up there is firmware, and it is. And then the BL Touch. So we're on the home stretch as it looks. The other thing we're going to be doing to this printer is I have in a box over here. You may have noticed that I don't have a glass bed on this thing. I do have the glass that came with it, but I don't want to use that. What I do have though is I have what's called Wham Bam. It was a Kickstarter for quite a while, and it's a very good a magnetic and spring steel with a special coating on it. And read a lot of good reviews on it, and it was available, and I said, well, let's try it. I have the Easy Plate. I got those from TH3D. Those were okay. It's interesting how these surfaces work. I find that if I'm a little too close on that particular surface, I have issues, but could be my fault. I also have, and I still use on a lot of the printers, polypropylene beds, and that's worked very well. I've added hairspray when I've needed additional grab, but I gotta say, I do enjoy the spring steel. It's great to be able to pull a print off that, give it a couple of twists and tugs, and off it comes. But I've noticed over the years with PEI that I find that I gotta double check my bed leveling, because if you squish into that stuff, over time you'll wind up taking that material off the print bed with you. So that's one of those things I've learned over time with PEI. So this surface that the Wham Bam is, I don't think it's a PEI, but it's a similar surface, and I can't remember what I paid for those. I bought 2 of them. So we'll do this printer, and I'll probably do it to one of my other printers over here as well. And so that will be part of this upgrade. We're going to give it a magnetic bed, a spring steel, and then we'll have the Wham Bam coating. All of those were provided by Wham Bam. I paid for those. So this CR-10S, which we're in stock for a very short time, is going to get a big upgrade, and hopefully it'll be printing as good as my other CR-10S. I have 3 CR-10Ss. The other one I have has a Titan Aero on it, and that's worked very well. It has easy ABL, and it does a good job printing. I don't have any real squawks with it, but I wouldn't mind having all 3 of them running the exact same configuration. This way, if I want to slice a large print and have it work over 3 printers, and of course each one's going to have their own, profiles or whatever, because every printer is a little different. But I like the idea of all 3 of them having the exact same hardware. But I hate to get rid of a Titan Aero setup on that machine. It's worked pretty well, but we'll see. So that's it. Don't want to ramble and talk longer than you guys want to listen to. I'm going to get out of here, call it a night, and text my girlfriend, wish her a good night, and crash, and get ready for work in the morning. Tomorrow night, I'm trying to see what I have for my calendar. I know I have all kinds of fun stuff going on at work. My work calendar kind of exploded on me. But I should be getting to work at a decent time. So if we want to do this again tomorrow, I would say I'm going to aim for between 8 and 9 o'clock Eastern time. I try to go 9 so my friends in the West Coast can tune in. And so that's all I got tonight. Sorry I haven't done one of these in a long time, and if you guys have any suggestions or comments, what have you, if you didn't already stick them in here, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. We're Nerdy is Cool. Also Instagram, the website, and of course, you can add comments to this video once it goes on Facebook as a stored live stream. On Facebook, on YouTube. Wow. Have I mentioned it's been a day? Okay, well, thanks for watching. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I'm sorry I got sidetracked on a few complications, but I'm glad you guys were there to support me and help me out. And with that, remember, this is where Nerdy is Cool.